If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in one day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to West Virginia, of all places, where tonight the stars and cars of the iRacing Free V Series presented by TNT Promotions going to take on the Jefferson Circuit here at Summit Point Motorsports Park. A little over 1 mile in length. Measurements vary from 1.06 to 1.11 miles, as if, you know, a quarter of a mile basically is going to make a huge difference. Looking forward to a really spectacular race here tonight. The Free V Series is one of the better ones here on the iRacing platform, quite frankly, because they're good friends of the National Racing Network. But they run on some very unique circuits, running the Formula V, which is a very accessible car to a wide variety of drivers. We'll get the graphics ready to go here for you so we can show you the results from 1 week ago here at the Alton Park Circuit. Actually, no, that was the Bolt Series. Free V Series last week was at Langley Speedway. Take a look at that one here. James Curtis picking up the win under caution, I believe it was, ahead of Wes Shire. Scott Ross, J.W. Miller, and Mike McCullen comprise your top five in that race 1 week ago. Vic Aldrich, Rick Cleary, Bill Walker, Gary DeMoss, and Stephen Thompson were your top 10. Taking a look at the championship standings as we head into the race tonight. Wes Shire with a 33-point lead over Scott Ross, James Curtis, Bill Walker, Chad Irvine, your top five. J.W. Miller, Mike McCullen, Rick Cleary, Stephen Thompson, and Patrick Byrne are your top 10. Shire definitely starting to distance himself at the front of the field here this evening, but tonight will not be the easiest of races for Wes Shire. He is significantly under the weather this evening, although he was last night, and he pulled off a top five in a very competitive iRacing Silver Crown Series field. Let's pick up Wes Shire here as he makes his way down. I believe this is the back straightaway. This is a 7-turn layout here at the Jefferson Circuit at Summit Point Raceway. Shire just coming through turns 3 and 4, I believe, here. We'll take a look and see. If this is the long run, yeah, this is going to be the long run down the back straightaway. This is going from, well, maybe not. One of the things about Summit Point that is proving very, very difficult for broadcaster and driver alike, there are absolutely no landmarks on this racetrack. None whatsoever. This is into turns 3 and 4. Then it'll be a short run down to the... Okay, maybe not. Front straightaway. Headed down towards turn number 1. That's going to be a right-hander. It'll run you through the S's. That is turns 1, kind of 1A, turn 2, and then turn 3. There's the S's. And just like that, practice is going to be over, and we're going to head to qualifications. So looking at the track map here, we'll tell you, and actually well, here you go. We'll follow along with Wes Shire here, making his way out of the pit area. Once again, down towards turn number 1. This is a right-hand corner. Leads you into the S's. It's kind of 1 and 1A, as you might look at it here. Turn number 2 is going to be this second corner, and then you hook through the very long turns 3 and 4 complex. Fairly short run out of turn number 4 down to turn 5, which is a left-hander. This runs downhill and is a very, very tricky corner. Then you get to the long run down towards turn 6. There is a kink in the middle that is unnumbered, as all kinks should be. And then you very quickly dump into turn 6 and 7. That's the end of the lap at Summit Point. It goes by very, very quickly. Yeah, Jason Owens already checking in here. Rip me, trying to figure out what turn is what all night long at the Jeff. Yeah, this place is... I described it as the most club racing racetrack I have ever seen. Westshire chimed in saying that it looks like something that belongs in a rich guy's garden. Which, quite frankly, very accurate here. Shire said he's been slow all night and been having difficulty with the race car. We'll see if he's just BSing us here as he comes down across the line to put lap number 1 on the board. Peter Donchak going to be your quick timer at a 56.73. Bill Walker, 57.46. Going to be second quickest. New second quick time belongs to J.W. Miller at a 56.732. Lap number 1 for Shire did not score. So he's going to have to make something happen here on lap 2. What do we think, race fans? Should this be the location for the 24 hours of V? I guess maybe not, because the cars don't have lights. And the track doesn't have lights. Although if you're running through some guy's backyard, does it really matter? Shire goes purple in Sector 1. Slower in Sector 2, a little bit quicker Sector 3. He's going to be second quick, 56.569 seconds. The lap time for West Shire. New quick time, top of the board, J.W. Miller, 56.368 seconds. Follow in here with Chad Irvine as he's going to finish his second lap. Lap number 1 did not score. See what he can do here on lap number 2. 57.92 going to be the lap time for Chad Irvine. Not very good for the number 11. Here's Gary DeMoss making his way down the racetrack. Scott Ross going to move up to the 4th quick time. Gary DeMoss running the DeWeather Center colors here this evening. Makes for a perfect segue. We can talk to you about the weather conditions tonight. Presented by DeWeather Center. Offensively accurate weather for eastern Pennsylvania. 76-degree ambient temperature, 76% humidity. Wind's going to be out of the southwest at 8 miles an hour under partly cloudy skies. Track temperature 80 degrees. Should be an absolutely perfect night for auto racing here. Or day, I guess, based on the blue skies we're seeing here. Gary DeMoss utilizing a little bit of that battery power down over the start-finish line. See what he does on lap number 2. 1 minute 1.409. Good Lord, Gary. Take your time out there, brother. Here's Christian Jasper. Up the hill at turn number 1. Going to run back down the hill towards turn 3. And there you go. Qualifications have concluded. It is time to go racing here at Summit Point. Let's get you a look here from the NRN drone. And we'll bring up your starting grid for tonight's race. 11 cars will make up the grid here this evening. J.W. Miller and Peter Donchak going to occupy row number 1. Wes Shire and Scott Ross on row number 2. Stephen Thompson, Bill Walker on row 3. Mike McCullen, Chad Irvine on row 4. Gary DeMoss, Christian Jasper on row 5. Mike McConville on row number 6. Jasper very quick in practice, but not able to set a time here in qualifications. We are waiting for Wes Shire. He is the only car left to take the grid. He pops up on the screen, and it is going to be go time here. Will be a full pace lap for these cars. Field's going to roll away. Let's talk to Chad Irvine here as we get ready to roll. And hey, Chad, tell us what you're thinking here. You've got the long pace lap, but this place is it's fairly technical for looking, I don't want to say easy, but one of those places you can screw up easily.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard to pass here. I don't expect to do much of that. I expect to just kind of run at the back and keep things clean. You definitely get punished for mistakes, and it's easy to make them here, but you know what? I've got some fast guys behind me. I know Christian didn't set a time, and Mike didn't either, so we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out come race time.
Yeah, say, are you going to make a move to stay out? How do you stay out of the way of a couple of fast cars like that? This place is fairly narrow.
Be predictable is honestly the biggest thing. Just, you know, if you're all over the racetrack, they don't know where to go. But if I hold my line, they can find a way by me.
All right, buddy. We'll wish you good luck here as you guys are getting ready to go. Christian saying the whole thing just crashed, which, well, that quite frankly sucks because he's going to be fun to watch coming from the back of the field. Off the final corner. Green flag going to go in the air. And as always, race fans, this first lap is going to be all yours. Oh, trouble for West Shire. We got a couple of cars going off. Mike McConville having an issue, as is West Shire. Scott Ross having a problem as well. Shire finally able to get that car looped back around the right direction, but that's going to cause some chaos here as we get down towards the end of lap number 1. It also is going to allow the top 3 to absolutely check out here. Mike McCullen going to lead this parade down the front straightaway. Here's your top 3, J.W. Miller, Bill Walker, and Stephen Thompson. They get away cleanly. Top 3 holding in line. We'll slide back here, pick up the second parade of cars, making their way out of the S's. Going to be McCullen, Jasper, DeMoss, Ross, and Irvine. Stephen Thompson, Bill Walker side by side. Thompson wants that spot. Thompson, Walker, McCullen, all up 3 spots. Jasper up 5. Gary DeMoss up 3. West Shire, the big loser. Oh, another car going off. That's going to be Chad Irvine. He is lost in the woods. So a lot of cars having some early issues here. Oh, Mike McCullen's going to go around. We're going to go back to the live look here. Mike McCullen has gone around, and he is having to take the tow back into the pits. Let's show you that one on the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. Coming off that final corner, McCullen gets it in the grass. Jasper's got to grab the binders. McCullen just absolutely yard sales it, quite literally, into somebody's yard. Let's reset the field. 2.5 minutes in here. J.W. Miller is your race leader by 1.4 seconds over Stephen Thompson. Third place going to belong to Bill Walker. Here's Christian Jasper already up to the 4th position. He is very quick out there on the racetrack. Lap times in the 56-second bracket. Peter Donchak just behind Jasper. And he's going to have Gary DeMoss following on his tail. So 4, 5, 6 all going to be running in line. Best lap of the race now belongs to Wes Shire, who's recovered from that early incident. He's back up to the 7th position after the issues for Chad Irvine and Mike McCullen. Mike McConville running just behind Mike McCullen, but McCullen already a lap down due to having to take the tow. Here's Scott Ross running in the 9th position, and Chad Irvine in 10th. Going to be the last car on the lead lap. Pick up the battle between Gary DeMoss and Peter Donchak. Last time by, Shire set another fastest lap of the race. Shire's lap time of 56.2. Going to be about 0.6 of a second faster than J.W. Miller's 56.8. He can make up 0.6 of a second, but I don't know that he's going to have enough time to get caught back up to the front of the field here, especially having to pass some quicker cars. Mike McConville going for a wild ride. Slide back here, pick up Peter Donchak. So far able to hold off West Shire. Old Donchak almost goes around. Shire's got to grab the binders. Gary DeMoss gets it way up to the outside through turn 6. I think that's turn 6. No, it's the other end of the racetrack. How about 3 wide in the V's down the straightaway? Shire thinks better of it. Big dive bomb coming here. Christian Jasper down to the inside of Bill Walker through turns 6 and 7. Shire going to be able to get around Gary DeMoss. Peter Donchak does as well. We may have found an absolutely perfect layout for the Formula V's here. Not too long, not too wide, not too much top speed. And quite frankly, a fairly technical layout to have to work their way around. Shire having to look on Donchak down the end of the kink. Donchak fights back on the inside. Oh man, Gary DeMoss getting pinched off in a big way there down the front straightaway. Shire going to peek back out again. He's going to make the move down into turn number 1. Donchak not giving him any room as now they work through turns 2. Donchak able to hold on to the position. This 3-4 complex is very interesting. 3 is fairly tight. 4 opens up pretty wide on corner exit. Allows you to carry a lot of speed down this back straightaway. Through the kink and into 6. Shire not gaining any ground here. They are catching up, though, to Bill Walker. Walker currently running 4th. Christian Jasper about 2 3/4 seconds up the road in the 3rd position. Here's Donchak having a peek on Bill Walker. Down into turn 5. He's able to clear it, as is West Shire. Now they'll make the run down towards the kink. Shire once again trying to have the look to the inside. Tries to force Donchak a little wide. He gets the pass completed. Donchak with a crossover down the front straightaway. I can't believe how much fun this race has been this far. Shire and Donchak going to continue the battle off into turn number 1. Gary DeMoss has caught back up to this group. Shire able to open up the gap just a little bit now on Donchak. Donchak going to have to contend with Walker and DeMoss. Stephen C. Thompson just set the fastest lap of the race. Oh, big issue there for Peter Donchak. He's going to lose a couple of spots to Bill Walker and Gary DeMoss. Pick up the battle here for the race lead. This is going to get interesting very, very quickly as Stephen C. Thompson has caught back up to J.W. Miller, and we're going to have a fight for the lead here as we approach the halfway point. Miller in the Castrol GTX colors at the front of the field. Thompson, that white and baby blue machine, running in the 2nd position. Thompson taking a little bit wider line into 6. Try to get the speed build up. This place is all about momentum. Trouble for, thought we had some trouble there for Christian Jasper. Chad Irvine driving out here on the racetrack, still with the ability to comment, "Hi, Mom." Thank you very much for checking in there, brother. We appreciate it. J.W. Miller able to open the gap back up over Steven Thompson. That's going to be about 3/4 of a second as they work their way off to turn number 1. We'll slide back here, pick up the fight between Bill Walker and Peter Donchak. That one down inside of a half second. Somebody kicking up a little bit of dust on their way down towards turn 1. Oh, big issue for Gary DeMoss. He loops the car around. Gets things squared away. Let's see what happened here to Gary on the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. Little too much oomph into turn number 1. Sees the back end of the car snap around. He's going to be good to go. J.W. Miller, Steven Thompson side by side for the race lead down the front straightaway. Miller going to hold the preferred line into turn number 1, but Thompson may be able to clear before they get there. He does. Good run. Steven Thompson taking over the race lead here at 13 minutes and 40 seconds. See if Miller will be able to return the favor at some point here. Miller going to jump back in line. Not quite able to be close enough to make the move into 6. Thompson slides a little bit wide in 7, though. Here comes Miller back down the front straightaway. Mike McConville not having a whole lot of fun here this evening. Thompson able to hold off Miller. Wes Shire goes fastest lap of the race at a 56.06. Miller back down to the inside. New race leader once again for the second time tonight, J.W. Miller. Thompson going to stay right with him. Let's take a look, see what happened to Mike McConville in the AutoNation Sirius XM colors. Got a little bit off the racetrack. Harmless little spin. He's going to be able to keep that car moving in the right direction. As these two leaders battle, Christian Jasper narrowing the gap here. It's down to about 5 seconds. Call it 5.5. J.W. Miller goes really deep into turn 6. Able to open up the gap. Call it 5 car lengths as they pass the start-finish line with 16 and 20 seconds down. Going to leave us about 8.5 to play. Oh, Thompson may have missed a shift there. You heard the car really wind up. Wes Shire once again goes fastest lap of the race. He's down in the 55s now at a 55.92. And he is rapidly catching up to Christian Jasper. Jasper has been able to shrink the gap thus far to the race leaders. It's now down to an even 5 seconds. And the leaders are in sight. Shire going to have the peak down to the inside into 6. He'll get the pass completed with ease. Oh, trouble for J.W. Miller. Trouble for your race leader. Off of turn number 7, Miller going to slide to a stop, overcook the exit. Backs it up right into the line of now second and third place, Christian Jasper and Wes Shire. And Shire having to swerve out of the way allowed Jasper to come back past. So this is a battle now for a couple of podium positions here. There you see race leader Stephen Thompson disappearing out of view. Here's Shire once again having the peek into 6. It's more than a peek. He absolutely kicked the door open. Put West Shire up to position number 2. Jasper going to have the big drive down the straightaway once again. Almost made contact. Side by side through turn 1. Shire got a little bit loose on exit. That allows Jasper to come back through. Down to 6 minutes remaining. This is absolutely Stephen Thompson's race to lose at this point. With a 5.7 second advantage over Christian Jasper and West Shire. Peter Donchak and Bill Walker going to be battling as well. That's the battle for 4th and 5th, but we'll stay right here. Shire looking to the outside into 1. Jasper gets the pass made on the inside. Shire going to fight right back. They're going to continue 2 wide. Seeing Chad Irvine has crashed again. We'll see if we can get you a Hot Shoe Race Tour instant replay on that one, if this battle starts to settle down. Only car out of the race right now is Mike McCullen. Coming up next here on the National Racing Network, it will be the TNT Bolt Series for the USF 2000 cars from New Jersey Motorsports Park. That's going to be one of the more interesting races that we've ever broadcast. NJMP is what's considered a tech track in iRacing. Basically what that means is the racing surface is done and fully completed. It's all the surrounding stuff that isn't finished yet. So you can see all the trees, the little gazebo there down to the inside of the corners. None of that exists at NJMP. It's very kind of like sketchy pixel dot outlines of things. Makes life difficult on the drivers to try to find your braking points when you don't have any visual markers to go off of. Take a look here, see what happened to Chad Irvine. Just a little bit too much on entry. No harm, no foul there. Let's take a look here at your race leader. Give you the full field rundown as he comes around at Chad Irvine, putting that car 1 lap down. So we're now inside of 3.5 minutes to go. Stephen C. Thompson is your race leader by 6.5 seconds over West Shire. Shire continuing his battle with Christian Jasper. That fight for second and third has completely settled down at this point. The next good battle on the racetrack is going to be the fight for fourth and fifth, or at least it was a good battle until Bill Walker just got it off the racetrack, just a hair. Peter Donchak holding on to that fourth position. Walker now runs in the fifth position. J.W. Miller was your pole sitter, started on the front row anyway. He's down 5 spots from the drop of the green flag. Had the issue coming off at turn number 6. May have had to serve a penalty because he did come down pit lane and take service. That's going to put J.W. Miller back to the 6th position. Gary DeMoss runs 7th in the DeWeather Center. Offensively accurate, number 34. Scott Ross holds on to the 8th position. He's going to have Mike McConville about 0.8 of a second back. And this is the closest fight on the racetrack right now in the battle for the 8th position. Chad Irvine runs 10th, 1 lap in arrears of the race leader. And Mike McCullen going to be scored out of the race in the 11th position. One minute 40 seconds, now 1 minute 30 remaining for race leader Stephen Thompson. The gap is 5.2 seconds. Without some help, oh, we got trouble on the racetrack for Peter Donchak and Bill Walker. See what happened here. These cars were running 4th and 5th. Donchak got a little bit off the racetrack. Walker nowhere to go. Big time contact. Both of those cars going to have an issue, and Donchak has to take the tow back into the pit area. 60 seconds remaining here for race leader Stephen Thompson. This may be the last lap of the race. Going to be very, very close here. Off the final quarter, white flag will be displayed this time by 1 lap to go for race leader Stephen Thompson. Since J.W. Miller's issue, he has been absolutely in control and matched Miller on pace early on in this race as well. Through 3 and 4, he'll crest the hill, run downhill into turn 5. The big sweeping left-hander for the final time onto the back straightaway to the kink and awaiting turn 6 and 7. Off the final quarter, checkered flag is in the air. Stephen C. Thompson gets the win here at Summit Point. Coming home second will be West Shire. Third going to belong to Christian Jasper. J.W. Miller makes a nice recovery drive after his issue to come home in the 4th position. And 5th place tonight will belong to Bill Walker. West Shire having exactly the kind of points night he needed. He will see the points lead expand pretty significantly over Scott Ross, as this was round number 6 of the championship. There's your race leader trying to do the donuts. Works well, as always. There's Chad Irvine coming in to drill the race winner. Let's get you your race results here. Stephen Thompson, your winner over West Shire, and Christian Jasper on the podium. Oh my goodness. Well done, Wes. Good Lord. They are absolutely junking these race cars. The most epically TNT way to finish this race. Let's get you back to the results here. J.W. Miller, Bill Walker, your top 5, 6 through 10. Gary DeMoss, Mike McConville, Scott Ross, Chad Irvine, and Peter Donchak. Mike McCullen out of the race and 19 laps in arrears. Let's do our victory lane interviews here, and we'll start things off with third place finisher tonight here, Christian Jasper. And tell you what, Christian, you had a little bit of an issue in qualifying, but the car was fast in practice. Got a little help. Not bad. You pick up a podium out of this deal.
You know what? It feels good. It feels good. Had second for a little bit, but you know what? That fight with Wes was worth it. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think we found a perfect racetrack for the Formula Vs here. Not too wide, not too fast. You guys could battle and ultimately stay in control.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the most difficult part was maybe trying to get the draft on somebody because it's, there's only so much power that you can get from these things, but it was still enough to where if you can get a good corner exit, you can stay with them. You can stay with them.
That's it. Keep the momentum up, keep it wound up, and things are going to work out for you. So congratulations on the podium finish tonight here, brother. Good luck the rest of the night, and let's make sure we get the sponsor plugs and thank yous in.
Solid. All right. I want to say thank you to Rosh's Way Bakery, Get 'em Fashion. I'll be running y'all's colors tonight in the Bolt and Shock Series races. Huge shout out to Soul Chess, my buddy's band. And thank you to Sunset Arctic.
All right, man. Thank you very much. We appreciate it here. Let's grab our runner-up finisher here tonight, Mr. Wes Shire. And, well, Wes, you got a top 5 in the Crowns last night feeling like dog crap. You still sound like hell, and you get a runner-up finish here tonight in the Vs. Are you just going to win the rest of the night now?
I sure hope so. I'll tell you what, though, I'd rather not be sick and do well than be sick and do well. I felt better, that's for sure.
Yeah, a lot of the Homestead tea, maybe not so much of the coffee tonight here to help things out, right?
Yeah, I have been drinking an just absolutely inordinate amount of tea the last couple of days.
Well, it was the car looked good, and one of the things that we just mentioned to Christian, is this the perfect layout for the Formula V?
It might be. I was pleasantly surprised at how well that raced. 'Cause you really get such a good run out of that left-hander onto the back straight. That I don't know. It's not just the draft alley. A lot of that was how good were you mid-corner, and I think one of the big tricks there was use the curb on the inside. Picked up a couple miles an hour of exit speed with that curb.
Now we're going to head off to New Jersey Motorsports Park in the Bolt Series. What is that place going to be like to drive with absolutely no braking markers anywhere on the racetrack?
Yeah, it's not as bad as you think outside of turn 1. Turn 1's a little hairy. You just kind of have to guess where you're at, but the rest of it, turn 2's a lift. 3 and 4 is just the barest brush of brakes on the curbing at 3. Turn 6 is flat out or just about, and then you get on the brakes as soon as you start getting back to the right for 7. 8's a lift. 9, you kind of have to feel your way in. Turn 10, a little bit of curbing. When that ends, that's where you want to get on the brakes. And the rest of it is really just throttle control. All about not overdriving the car.
Yeah, that's it. It's one of those places that I think is going to put on a it does it in the real world. I think it's going to put on a pretty spectacular show in the virtual world as well. So congratulations, Wes. Good luck here as we get ready for the Bolt races.
Yeah, thanks.
Let's pick up Stephen C. Thompson, your race winner here. And I tell you what, bud, you had a fantastic battle going on with J.W. Miller until his issue. What was that like from your perspective?
Yeah, I think we were both feeling the same thing on that last turn. When you send it in there wide, if you get on the throttle a little too early, you start pushing. And you start pushing, doesn't matter how much you turn the steering wheel. And there's this little bit of dirt patch right in the V before pit entry. And I don't know which tire, but if it's the right sides, whichever one dips, just kind of took him into pit entry. I heard the spotter queue leader on pit road. I'm like, oh man, he probably got an unsafe pit entry too. So it was rough for JW. Everyone was very nice in the chat tonight, even though I got rammed into after the race. JW stole one from me at Lucas Oil, so I'll take the one from Jefferson. But it was a good race all around. Was it Christian and West definitely from behind had a good fight. I think the 1 and 2 and the 3 and 4 were battling, so no one could ever really catch up to each other after that start.
Yeah, that was it. After the start of the race and everybody kind of got separated out, you guys were running your own deal. Did that kind of change your thought process as the race was developing, knowing you only had really 1 or 2 cars you might have to contend with?
Yeah, the same thing happened at the beginning because I know there was good pace all around for like the top 6 or 7. Whoever got a lap in, I think that's what Christian struggled with because he disconnected. Yeah, I think the tow really helps you. So the fact that JW was fast helped me get away from everyone else. I didn't want to battle him for like the first 20 minutes. It honestly felt like because he was just I had a 5-second lead on either Wes or not JW. I think whoever third place was at the time, just because I could tow away. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty cordial. We both gave room, especially in the slow cars, but eventually it just came down to off track.
Yeah, that was basically it. So, all right, brother. Well, congratulations on a win. It's a pretty good points night. I know you're not really in contention for the points, but you gained 2 spots last week. You're going to gain fistful more this week. Congratulations on that, and let's get all the plugs and thank yous in here.
Yeah, shout out to Mike and Levi there in the stream. They're watching in another Discord. Paige, Maddie, my parents, my grandfathers are probably up watching it too. So Chuck and Steve also, thank you. Press Start Energy, #1 energy drink. I don't have a relation to that. But anyways, pressstart.gg. Let's just throw everything out there.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much. We appreciate it here. And with that, it is going to be time to get out of here. Sort of. We're going to jump out of this server and head right back over for the TNT Bolt Series coming up from New Jersey Motorsports Park. Following the Bolt Series, it will be the TNT Shock Series for the PM18s at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Short track racing in the PM18s. There is nothing better on the iRacing platform. I'm going to continue to stick to my guns on that. We got a ton of action coming up here in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. You are watching the TNT Promotions Rock Block Series right here on the National Racing Network.